Okay, Callum, the game ended 1-1. What were your thoughts on it?
Really needed the win, but bit of a shame really. But obviously we've got to stay positive and still aim for the playoffs and hope that it's enough.
You scored today. Was that your first goal in senior football?
No, no. I had to think about it. So that's how many I've scored, so not many.
Talk me through it, because it was a pretty decent strike.
No, it just popped out. I think it hit a couple of people, and I just volleyed it in. Made it sound simple, but
it's a really good
effort to score.
And this potentially, hopefully not, but it could be your last game at Crabble. Have you enjoyed it so far?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it, and I'd just like to say thanks to the manager and the players here that made me feel welcome, to be honest. But hopefully it's not my last game. Hopefully we can kick on and try and get Nick in the playoffs and get promoted.
What's the plan for next season? Will you be going back to Gillingham and trying your way back into the first team?
Yeah, I will. I've got another year, so I'll have to see what happens in respects to next year, really.
Well, I saw your manager was watching you recently. Has he said anything to you?
No, not really. But obviously, I think Saturday will be my last game if we don't make the playoffs. And I think Gills have got one more game, so I'll just see what happens. Hopefully I can stay here as long as possible when we get in the playoffs. If not, I'll go back to Gills and hopefully push my way into the team.
Excellent. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Bye, mate. Okay, Chris, your team couldn't quite get the win today that they needed. What were your thoughts on the game?
Well, just couldn't score. Again, that's happened a lot here, wasn't it, really? And they stuck a lot back. They brought, they were just here. Unfortunately, it suited them to score such a worldie, really, wasn't it? The first couple of minutes, and then it gives them a bit of spirit. In the end, we just couldn't break through. We got the one, but we still had chances to get something at the end.
Now, with the results in other games, it looks like you need either Havant or Ebbsfleet to lose both games. Are you preparing now for another season at this level?
No, we're going to try and win the next game. That's all we can do. We just worry about them. You never know. You never know what happens. If you're a bit defeatist, you never get out of it, do you? The problem is a lot of people like to have a whinge and a moan, and everyone's disappointed, but you've just got to stand up and and move on. Really, you don't win anything if you feel sorry for yourself.
Barring an unlikely last-minute effort into the playoffs, this could be the last home game of the season. Was that result typical of sort of the games at Crabble this season, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. At the end of the day, sides are sitting back against us, aren't they? I mean, that's something that we've had a long chat about, and we're going to address that with what we do with the type of players we try and play at home. But again, it's something we're going to do in the close season. We know why, but again, we just got to push on from there.
So what are the reasons why, in your opinion?
Well, again, we've not got the players that can get past people and get balls in the box, and people have got to get on the end. But at the moment, I mean, the lads have done well away from home, so they've got the character, they've got a bit of something about them. It's a little bit negative here, but again, if we start winning here, it won't be, will it?
Sounds like it's fair to say there'll be some changes soon. Are those decisions that you'll be making sooner rather than later?
Yeah, we'll try and get things sorted out. So, I mean, at the end of last season, we didn't know who was staying, and they were playing games with us, all the players, weren't they? And off they went to another club, didn't they? There was a lot of games being played. I mean, that's why we're signing a few in the next week or two to say the ones we want, and then we can go out and sign the ones that will allow us to push on.
Can you reveal which players are definitely staying?
No, well, the ones that are under contract still.
And next week, Hayes, if results perhaps don't go your way, will next week be a chance to experiment, maybe use
No, we're going to try and win the game. Again, you've got to just try and win every game, haven't you? We've gone away and won. I mean, they've just today, haven't they just beaten Ebbsfleet, haven't they, today? So, we want to go away and get a result. You never know. Stranger things happen. Funny old but again, we've got our own self to blame, really, with the home form. But again, we can't feel sorry for ourselves. We've got to address that and really go for it, or we won't move on.
Looking ahead to pre-season, how much of a difference will it be to you having a bit more of a settled squad to work with?
That would be a lot. It'd be a lot easier. We didn't know what the side was, or their best positions, or the pattern we were playing, right until quite a few games in. So it'll make a massive difference. And then obviously there won't be so many to bed in, let them know what we're doing, the players now. As I say, we've gone on a good run. We haven't lost many the last 15, 16, 17 games, have we? All right, maybe drawn one or two that we shouldn't have done. But again, that comes from not really being able to get going at the beginning, and obviously players come here and they get a little bit edgy, but that's something that they've just got to forget about. It's a new season next year. We start winning a few games and I'm sure everyone will be on their side, and that's exactly what we want.
In terms of potential new signings, have you made contact with anyone for next season?
You're trying to get me in trouble? I can't say. That's right.
And you personally, do you expect to be here starting next season?
Yeah, well, I don't see why not, really. I mean, we're talking about what we're trying to build, and as I say, we've been signing players for next year. We're going to do it early and then get the quality players in.
And finally, how would you summarise this season?
Disappointing. I mean, I'm saying that we've done great, haven't we? We went in the FA Cup against MK Dons in the second round, further than anyone else in our league, in a Kent Senior Cup final. We went further in the trophy than anybody else in Kent. It's just, as I say, we've got the best away record in the league. We've just got to deal with this. I mean, really, there's a lot of positives, but there's negatives that obviously it gives us a chance this summer to put right and to go and really improve and do better. But it's not massive changes, but there's subtle changes that need to be changed.
Would it be fair to say there's a lot to build on for next season?
I think there's a massive amount, isn't it? I mean, even if we don't get in the playoffs, we might get in the playoffs. If we get in the playoffs, we've still got a lot to build on anyway. I mean, we're already making our minds up, aren't we? But to start the way we did at the beginning of the season with a lot of players leaving, all of a sudden there's clubs now paying, believe it or not, more money than Dover. Clubs that are paying players during the summer as well when they're not even kicking the ball. That's down to them. That's not my priority. I've got to just worry about Dover. But it is difficult. But you don't get anything if you don't stand up and work hard, and that's what we're all going to be doing in the summer.